Yo, what's up, everybody? Chris Douglas here with AOFN124, and we are bringing back the podcast because there are a ton of topics that I want to talk about this year. And it's 2020. Everybody's setting goals and everybody's working towards, making their goals a reality. So I thought this was a really good time to restart our podcast because we officially got away from it when we had a startup crash. So Casey FitPass actually hit the ground burning, and we're actually working on the backside of that. But we also started this beautiful production company and then got away from all the podcasting and everything else because we were just so driven to go through the whole production route. And it's crazy because whenever we were doing the production and whenever we started AOFN, it was really funny that at the very beginning, Spencer and I were sitting there and we were talking dude, wouldn't it be dope if we had a production company? And then, we spoke it into existence, and now we have a production company under AOFN124 called Acaudi Production. So if you guys haven't already checked out our content, hop on YouTube. We probably got about 140 videos now. We've done a lot of, sports, football, basketball, volleyball, and then music stuff. So Spencer's actually more of the sports guy. I'm more of the music, behind the scenes guy. So we've kind of split our segments there. And unfortunately, Spencer's sick today, so he's not able to be here. But we're really going to get this podcast up and running. And I think a really good route to go with it is mindfulness, because it's crazy how the world's shifting right now. And everybody's really getting on kind of this spiritual mindset. Everybody's pursuing meditation. All these top entrepreneurs are talking about, how powerful meditation is. A lot of entrepreneurs are also kind of going the Zen route and getting yoga. Everybody's starting to eat clean after, a couple Netflix series like Hill and, I forgot the one about the plant-based diet, but it's huge. And, since last year, my journey personally has taken off on the spiritual route. I'm Reiki certified now. I'm an intuitive healer. I'm also an intuitive filmer. So half the time I don't even write scripts. I just aim the camera and then I'm I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And then boom, my videos turn out. But I think it's a really good time for people to learn to connect with themselves and to, connect with a higher power, because the world all around us is going to shit. I mean, everything. There's conflicts. U.S. has conflict with Iran. There's always conflicts in the Middle East. Everybody's pulling out nukes. Everybody's buying a ton of warfare. And, ironically, it's kind of digital warfare, media-based warfare is kind of what I think is going to, shift. If World War III happens, I think it'll be more electronically driven, because think about this, and here's a really good perspective. If the internet crashed, what the heck would you do with your life? And a lot of people, I think that's a really good question that you should ask yourself is, A, how many hours a day do you spend on social media? How many hours a day do you spend outside? How many hours a day do you focus on self-care? How many hours a day do you actually just sit back and meditate? Deepak Chopra is a huge intuitive out there. And if you guys haven't read 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, I would highly recommend this book because it has changed my path. But, he mentions that you should meditate twice a day for 30 minutes. How many people take the time, an hour out of their 24-hour day to just shut off their mind and relax? Because it's crazy. And I have a healthcare background too. So listen to this. To decrease risk of Alzheimer's, heart disease, Parkinson's, and several other disorders, diabetes, you should rest 7 to 9 hours a day. And I don't think too many people are doing this. But here's the cool thing. If you aren't one who is actively meditating about an hour a day or even 10 minutes a day, meditation is huge if you're not able to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Get this. If you meditate for 30 minutes a day, you can run on less sleep because it allows your brain to fully shut off, reset, and then it's almost literally hitting the reset button on a computer. So computers, like the one behind me, whenever they start messing up, our first instinct is to boom, hit the reset button. How many people in their lives have hit the reset button in this chaos that they put themselves in? And along with this chaos that we're all living through, how many people have really seen through the illusions that they've created for themselves? And if you guys aren't familiar with illusions, this is creating your own limitations, saying that I have to work this 9 to 5. I will work at this spot forever because I can't go and chase my dreams. The most powerful thing I can tell anybody is, and even though we've crashed a startup, you can chase your dreams, and there's only one thing stopping you, and it's your limitations or illusions that you're creating for yourself. And along with that, like, why can't you eat plant-based? Is that another illusion and another limitation that your brain's stopping you from doing? Ask yourself all these questions, and it's a really powerful time to do this because we're kind of in this giant transition in the universe. And like I said, if you look around, you're going to see it. Everybody's kind of going back to their old ways. And I really think 2020 is going to be the year that we all like step away from social media, which is kind of ironic that I'm really doing like a social media push right now, but it's where everybody's at. So if there's a spot to get your content out and get heard, it's definitely social media. And I myself, I have been on social media, and a lot of people are noticing I think I'm pushing away from it. I find myself less on Instagram every day. I find myself less on Facebook every day. Pretty much the only time I'm on those platforms now is to check my posts, check my engagement, comment back, and to post another video or to post another picture, promotion, whatever I'm doing. I'm literally just posting it, and then I'm like, see you later, social media. I don't have time for you. And, this time of the year, I think, I personally struggle. I have, season affective disorder, or whenever you have less daylight, you have less sun, the weather's kind of gloomy outside. Like, I'm very empathic, and I can't stand this time of the year because you know what I love to do every day? Take a 30-minute walk and just, decompress. Think about my thoughts. Think about the days. Think about, like, what I'm trying to do, but also just, like, shut off my mind and enjoy being outside. Because, unfortunately, running a production business, I have to stay inside a lot. And that really eats away at me. And then staring at my computer screen, editing videos, and then, looking at a camera all day, it was really taxing. And this time of the year, I tend to struggle, and I know a lot of other people do too, because you just can't go outside. And it is, it's very stressful. But a lot of people, I don't know if they really understand that, like, if they realize that they haven't really been connected with reality, they're almost like detached from reality to the sense that, nobody's really grounded anymore. Nobody really knows what their roots are. They're just kind of, I saw this awesome meme where there's this bar and people are just like hooking up to it and then going through, and it was metaphoric for like everybody's lost in, the Matrix, or everybody's just doing what they got to do to survive right now, because especially in the US, the gap between the rich and the poor is huge right now. And literally everybody who is not like a millionaire right now has student debt up the ass. They have, they're working one or two jobs to make their living. Their mortgage is outrageous. Their car payment's high. Like, everybody's living in this high amount of debt, when you have these people at the top who are just like, sweet, I'm making more money. I got a lot of people working for me. I can pay them a lot, but I'm going to force them to work harder, but I'm not going to pay them what they're truly worth. And that's kind of where society has, shifted to, which is crazy. I think we're going to see a really big shift, in this decade. We are going to have a lot of people pulling out of these 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of people like starting their own side hustle and really finding out that they can be very successful in their own side hustle. And, if anybody listening to this has a dream or wants to become, an entrepreneur or start their own business, like, seriously, do it. Take the jump. But don't quit your day job until you get, what is the fact? I think it's double what you make on your normal job is what you should have on your side hustle or your startup before you quit it. And I really want people to focus on that, because we just dove into entrepreneurship, quit our jobs, and thought we'd be successful. And then we got a rude awakening when reality just came and smacked us in the head. And, it was very grounding, but it was also very tough. And we're recovering all that right now. But we also learned like an amazing amount of information. And it's funny, all these investors and, successful entrepreneurs we know, first we were embarrassed to tell them that we had a startup crash. But then it's crazy. Everybody who came around was like, yo, no, that's like the best thing that could have happened to you guys, because now you know what it feels like. And by the way, you're broke. So when you're broke and you have a bunch of debt, you can't, juice a prune or juice a raisin. So it really put us in a good space where we could learn. We're stressed. We're trying to recover. We are recovering. And we're also able to create a whole new venture and grow it, in less than a year, which was amazing. But everybody, like, get your side hustle. What drives you? Life, I can tell you, life is actually like a million times easier when you actually pursue what you're passionate about. And that's where I'm on the fence right now between like spiritual work / Eastern medicine, blending it with Western because of my nursing background, and then video production and digital media, which, maybe this is a really good balance between the two. And that's what I'm trying to find because, as soon as I'm filming a lot and I'm out there doing a ton of content, I'm also just like, man, I really miss like, talking to people about spiritual mindsets, being open-minded and how to like self-transformations happen. And also, by the way, Acaudi production is under AOFN124. I am about to drop it's on Yumi Spirituality or Chris Douglas, Yumi Spirituality on YouTube. I'm dropping this self-transformation series because 2019 was like, it was like a butterfly effect for me. I literally went from this, non-confident entrepreneur who had like false self-confidence and an ego to somebody who like really suppressed their ego. I've been uncomfortable more days than not. I've really like reached out to, follow my gut, follow my intuition, pursue my dreams, pursue everything I want to do daily to the point that I actually exhausted myself. And at the beginning of the year, so the end of December to like probably about a week ago, I have done not too much this year because I've been like, dude, I'm gassed from last year. And, Spencer's in the same boat. Like, we both just, like, hustled. And, for instance, like, what did we build? We got this nice, beautiful office in this arena here in Kansas City. We have a client network working with D'Anthony Thomas, AJ Ellison. We got to shoot with the big three. Met Mario Chalmers. The list goes on. Tech Nine. I'm hanging out with Tech Nine one day. We did work with his girlfriend. We got in the health and wellness, filming area, which is super cool. And that's kind of where my, media versus spirituality balance is, because I think people need to focus on self-care right now. As you could tell by all this talk, and, this has kind of been a little bit all over the place, but the whole main vision is like, what are you doing for you this year? If you lost your job, if everything stopped right now and you hit the reset button, what would you do to reset your life? And I think that is like a super powerful topic that people really haven't addressed or asked themselves because they're just moving back and forth so fast trying to keep their head above water that they haven't realized that they haven't been doing anything that they really, truly love. So I'd encourage you guys right now to like, and I did this in my video series on my Yumi Spirituality, which I might drop on AOFN124 too if I can get around all YouTube's copyrights, which I think I got an idea. And I'll drop this on the AOFN124. Oh no, see, somebody can't get a hold of me right now. Just hit the deny button. That do not disturb button is actually a really powerful button on your iPhone. Entrepreneurship has taught me that as well. So let me do that real quick. But, everybody needs to pretty much self-reflect right now. Like, make a list and ask yourself, what are you doing? Or pretty much, don't ask yourself what you're doing. You can ask yourself what you're doing. This is part of it, but self-transformation is very important right now. Everybody needs to like make a list of things that they dislike about themselves or their lives. Just write it down on a piece of paper and split it down the middle. Just say, I hate my job. I hate this or that. So create your list of stuff you're unhappy with. And then on the flip side, write where you want to be. But the trick, and this is a really cool manifesting trick, write it in the present tense. So instead of I want to be successful with my own startup, I am successful with my own startup. I will start my new job. Or actually, will is a new kind of step or a different series you can go down, but I'm really big in the present tense. Say what you want to do in the present tense. But the trick is read where you want to progress to every day. Every morning you wake up this year, go through that list, say it out loud. Let yourself hear it. I want to be successful. No, you don't want to be successful. I am successful. I am starting my own business. I am pursuing my dreams. I am making $10,000 a month. I am paying off my student debt. I am so grateful I do not have any more student debt. And then at the end of this, when you get done with this every day, just like, take a deep breath and think of the like happiest time you've been in life. It could be on a beach, It could be at a bar one night. It could be like whatever makes you truly happy. Focus on that thought for 1 solid minute. If you don't meditate or do anything else, just do this every day. And then you'll notice your dreams becoming a reality. This is so, so powerful. And I really want everybody to focus on this. This self-transformation is literally what I want to preach this entire year. And I don't want to actually preach it. I am preaching it. And I just filmed, 7 videos yesterday. And I even went to the point of I accidentally filmed it in S-Log 2 with crummy lighting because there was an ice storm outside. And you know what? I was like, video quality doesn't matter here, which I learned some cool color grading tricks, but, there's still a bunch of noise in it. But I was just like, these are so cool. I just want to get them out there. So I'm going to be dropping these on YouTube every week, probably for the entire year. So I'll probably drop, what are we in a leap year? So 53, 54 of these. I think I don't know leap years very well, but there will be over 50 of these videos this year because I just want to get it out there. Like one of my people that I really like is Ralph Smart. This guy is a brilliant intuitive who really gets his message out there and is really focusing on, everybody waking up, everybody getting to higher consciousness, which is key to living your dreams and being happy in life. And then along with that, on these next series, I'll cover like, ego, subconscious mind, self-love, self-confidence. I'm trying to think what all I did videos on yesterday. But all these topics are very important right now. And if you're at that level, I encourage you to do your own research. Go down your own rabbit hole. Maybe this podcast is sparking you to really get going on your true life mission, which I think is very important. Everybody's here for a reason, right? And everybody... self-discovery is huge too. I did a really cool self-discovery video. I might actually drop that one first. I don't know yet. But guys, definitely be on the lookout for these videos because this is something, I'm truly passionate about and it changed my life. And I definitely want you guys to at least attempt it and go down that rabbit hole. So, I think that's a really good stopping spot. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Be sure to check out, AOFN124. We're about to start rebranding that website. If you're in the Kansas City area, get ready for some Astro Yoga. That's something else I'm involved in. Be sure to check out Acaudi production. I do some, low-key healing videos on the backside of all my work that is like mainstream. It's really one of my niches that I found. So be sure to check out Acaudi production on YouTube. Also check out AOFN124 on YouTube. But definitely, number one thing I want you guys to take away from this is check out Yumi Spirituality, and then type in my name, Chris Douglas, CHRISDOUGLAS on YouTube. And I'm going to drop this whole self-transformation series. So I already have a ton of videos, but I'm making a specific self-transformation playlist. So if you guys would go and check that out, definitely subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping videos weekly. I also have a website. So if you guys are in the self-discovery phase, you can go to yumispirituality.com and book your own like natal chart and numerology reading, which when you see the video, you will fully understand where this all fits and like anagrams and Myers-Briggs. Like as soon as you put all these pieces together, it is absolutely amazing where your life will take off to. So I encourage you guys to go through and look at all those channels, look at our work, make sure you subscribe, like, follow, comment. Definitely comment below because your feedback gives us a really good direction on where to take all this. And then hopefully we'll have Spencer in here next time. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening and have a good day.